where I am. God is where I stand. God is standing strong where I breathe. God is breathing life in and out and through me. As me, where I sing. God is where I dance. Joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free in and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak truth is, where I work, love is my career, and where I play, God is playing boldly in and out and through me.
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, where we are coming to you live from the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. We have some people here in person. Thank you for being here. And the rest of you out there in the world, wherever you are. And wherever you are, thank you for tuning in today. We love that you're with us. We really feel the connection, no matter how far away you may be geographically. We also honor your own individual spiritual path, whatever it is. I think you'll find that you will be feeling very much at home and in harmony with our principles and our practices. And just know that you are part of a greater community just because you're with us here this morning. So welcome everybody. We greet you in love. We welcome you wherever you are in any part of your life. We're delighted to share this hour with you. And here in Paoli, Pennsylvania, we are not just one congregation. We're part of a worldwide movement, the Centers for Spiritual Living. These are wonderful centers that teach and practice the principles of science of mind as brought to us 100 years ago by Ernest Wilson. No, that was Unity. Let's try Ernest Holmes. You see, it's my humble beginnings with Unity with Ernest Wilson that made me say that. And here, this is our, well, we call it our textbook, Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, because we teach so many classes based on this wonderful book, these beautiful writings, and we learn about love, and we learn about the law, and we learn about how to live our lives more fully and more completely, to feel alive, to know that we're doing something important and wonderful just by showing up every day and being part of a larger community, truly worldwide. We have centers everywhere. And, well, not yet everywhere, but in many places in the world. One of the places in the world where Centers for Spiritual Living is truly thriving is in South America and Mexico. We're developing practitioners and ministers, and it's a marvelous thing to realize that we are not exclusive. We are not just here in the United States of America. We're in the united consciousness of the world, and I'm grateful for that. And in our Centers for Spiritual Living, we have visions, we have missions, and these are things that have been developed over the years by our ministers, our practitioners, and our communities. And one thing we understand we're really here to do is this: to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. You are a magnificent manifestation, individualization of the life of God itself. Now, if that doesn't get our attention, I don't know what does. We are not merely human, although human is fun. We're spiritual beings, and we are here very much on purpose to help each other awaken to who and to whose we really are. And so thank you for being with us and understanding that we truly are the ones who can make a difference in this world. Because in truth, we're co-creators. We are co-creators with the infinite intelligence of this universe. It is infinite. It is intelligent. It dwells where you and I are. And so what we get to do as co-creators is this: creating a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all. We're talking about the planet. We're talking about conscious, caring beings. We're talking about people and sentient beings who are perhaps just awakening to who they truly are. And that's a great mission. And it's one we can absolutely fulfill. That's why we teach and practice the principles, the universal principles of science of mind. They're not hidden. We're learning how to uncover and to utilize these beautiful principles and the truths that set us free. As a matter of fact, in the beginning of this beautiful textbook, which we love to call it, Ernest Holmes dedicates this in this way. These lessons are dedicated to that truth which frees man from himself and sets him on the pathway of a new experience, which enables him to see through the mist to the eternal and changeless reality. And folks, that's what we're going to be dealing with today and all month, because in January, we and many other centers for spiritual living typically go over the basic principles of science of mind. It's a good time to tune in, a good time to read ahead each introductory chapter, and a good time to invite your family and your friends to learn a little bit more about us. And in fact, I would like to invite Reverend Mike to come up, because he's going to be reading the entire. Just come. They're looking at your back right now. What did you say?
It's a nice back.
It's a very nice back. He's going to read only this one time as we're beginning the year. He's going to read the entire group of Declaration of Principles. But first, I would like to invite you to share all together, whether you're here in person right now, and I love seeing your faces, or whether you're out there in the atmosphere. Would you be willing to repeat with me our purpose statement from our beloved community right here? Ready? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works.
Now do me a favor.
Yes.
You forgot to do one thing.
What was that?
Introduce yourself.
Well, they know I'm Reverend Dr. Maxine Kaye.
Come on, give her a hand.
Okay.
We're fortunate to have one of the great spiritual teachers of our age as our spiritual leader. And if I didn't tell you that, you may not be aware of that, but she really, really is. And so tune in, take her classes anytime you get a chance. She's the best. Okay, if you'll join with me in the Declaration of Principles. 1, we believe in God, the living Spirit, Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. 2, this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. 3, the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. 4, we believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in all people, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit. 5, we believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. 6, we believe that heaven is within us, and that we can experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. 7, we believe that the ultimate goal of life is to be complete emancipation of all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. 8, we believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. 9, we believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. 10, we believe in the direct revelation of truth through the spiritual and intuitive nature of each person, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth. That is, anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that the universal Spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the impress of our thought and acts upon it. 12, we believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. 13, we believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. 14, we believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. And lastly, we believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God.
Thank you, Reverend Mike. Those are powerful statements that were written about 100 years ago by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. And it's a wonderful thing to review them occasionally and to really understand what it is that we're about. Now, let's have an opening song, All That I Need, and it is to be was performed by our very own music team, and we're going to play it for you now. That's awesome. I love looking back and seeing the people and noticing, in fact, that we even get to see some of our teens who were not teens yet in those days. We all get to grow. Speaking of teens, and speaking of you, whoever you are, you kids tuning in right now, I want to have just a word with you for a moment. You know, this month we're going to be reminding all of us, ourselves, each other, that there's only one love, one life, one presence, and it is God. Everywhere, all the time, no exceptions. That means that you and I individualize that wonderful, loving, caring, compassionate presence. And you and I individualize the infinite intelligence that was given to us. Just we came into this planet, and we have a great intelligence because it's not just yours or mine. It's the intelligence of the infinite. It's God's intelligence, and it moves through our own brains and helps us make intelligent choices. And we recognize that there is this pure spirit of wisdom and love that's at work within all nature. Now, sometimes, too often, in fact, people misuse this intelligence, and they use it unintelligently. And we see a lot of the evidence of that in the world. But I want to focus right now on the innate intelligence in all life, in you, in me, in the planet, in all animals. There's something wonderful that we can count on. And so let's talk about that for a moment. Our beloved, let's see, I would call him the first gentleman because he is married to the president of our board of trustees. So our first gentleman, Rich Janik, was looking out his back door one day, and what did he see but a beautiful stag deer? A buck. You call him a buck. And he didn't pass the buck. He watched the buck, and it had only one antler. Now, that might have worried me because I didn't realize at one point that these fabulous beings are supposed to lose their antlers and then grow new ones. Now, if that's not infinite intelligence, I don't know what is. And then, not long after that, he was walking in the woods behind their home. What did he find on the ground? The missing antler. There it was. And I might have been worried about, and in fact, I think I asked him something about, are you going to find that buck and glue that back on with super glue? And it was like, excuse me, Dr. Maxine, you're maybe not as smart as you thought you were. He's growing a new one already. This is part of the plan, the divine plan. Animals know what to do. They go along with the divine plan. They don't resist it. They don't make bad choices. They drop their antlers. They know we're going to get new ones. I'm not sure what the Janiks are going to do with this, but I think it's a wonderful thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to transform. Or maybe they're just going to keep it like this as a reminder of the infinite intelligence of this universe that works so well in all sentient beings that we must remember how well it works within us too. Let's trust. Let's make the right decisions. Let's choose to live our intelligent life very intelligently. Yes? Okay, thanks for being with me today. Come and be with us in person when you can, okay? We love you a lot. You're very, very important to us. Bye for now. Did they leave? They left. Okay. Now I'm going to invite Payson Burt, our vice president, to do the announcements. Where would you like to do them, Payson? He's going to come up here and do them. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Nice to see everyone here and also out there. My name is Payson Bird. I'm Vice President of our Board of Trustees, and I'm here with the announcements. Yay! We hope you had a wonderful holiday, and we are wishing each of you a very happy and prosperous new year. As we begin the new year, we want to acknowledge all who have already submitted their intentional giving program annual pledge for this year, 2024, holy mackerel, by submitting your giving intentions. It helps the finance team make recommendations to the board for budgeting purposes. A full explanation of the program along with the intentional giving form has been mailed out. I think it went out this Thursday, so you should be getting it soon. You can also go to our website and look for the link on the pop-up screen to submit your intention. Please know that we are most grateful and appreciative of your returns and your generous support. In addition to today's in-person Sunday celebration, we will be meeting here a few more times at the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli on January 21st and February 4th and 18th. So 3 more times coming up. To attend, simply visit our website and complete the registration process. That just allows us to know how many people are coming, so we're not bulging from the seams and people getting in the frames and all that kind of stuff. Reverend Mike continues to hold his weekly How to Use the Science of Mind Zoom workshop Saturday mornings from 9:45 to 11 a.m. Also, our next Nibbles and New Thought gathering will be tomorrow evening, Monday, January 8th, at 6:30 to 8:30 at Brick and Brew in Malvern. Also, our next full moon ceremony, led by Diane Wilson, will be held on Thursday, January 25th, from 7 to 8 p.m. in Collegeville. And for all of these, go to our website to see all the details for our upcoming virtual and in-person events. There it is, right there. You can go to it. Okay. For those who are here today, you can purchase the January-February issue of Science Mind magazine. Just see Linda. Now it's a double issue. See both sides? So it's a double issue. Fun. All right, guys. Well, this is it. And thanks much. Have a great week. And we will see you in person, remember, January 21st. Thanks.
Thank you, Payson Burt. You take my papers, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh. And stay tuned, because we will soon be announcing our roster of new classes that will start in a few weeks. And we're pretty excited about them. And we will tell you more when we have it absolutely determined. And they're going to be wonderful classes, and you won't want to miss them. So that is supposed to pique your interest. And we'll let you know very soon what they are to be. Now I have the great pleasure of introducing one of our wonderful practitioners to open us up here today, and that's Cheryl Macklin.
Good morning, everyone. Am I on? Okay. I have a few little paragraphs to share from two of my favorite books, and you can tell that my Science of Mind is not as fancy as Reverend Maxine's, but it does have a few little tabs in it that she doesn't have. And so, okay, if I can find where I want to start. This is the thing itself. Briefly, let us recapitulate. This is the end of chapter 1 on page 33. There is that within every individual which partakes of the nature of the universal wholeness, and insofar as it operates, is God. That is the meaning of the word Emmanuel, the meaning of the word Christ. There is that within us which partakes of the nature of the divine being. And since it partakes in the nature of the divine being, we are divine. It reacts to us according to our belief in it. It is an immutable law, subject to the use of the least among us. No respecter of persons, it cannot be bound. Our soul will never change or violate its own nature. All the denying of it will never change it. All the affirming of it will never make it more than it is. But since it is what it is and works in the way that it works, it appears to each through his belief. It is done unto each of us as we believe, which is, gives us a goal to make sure that there's nothing standing in the way of our belief. This is another one of my favorite books, and it is called In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth. I highly recommend it. And, decided to save paper, and instead of copying them, just reading from the actual book. What is the one that we call God? It is not a one off there somewhere, ruling the universe as an absentee landlord. It is the one, the whole of things, the allness of which and in which I am an eachness. No matter what I may think I am the flowing forth of the one. Sometimes you need to read that several times to really absorb it all. But right now, it's my honor to offer the opening treatment. There is only one. And we are each one with this magnificent presence, the one and only source. each one here, each one listening, part of the perfect presence. There is no way that we can be separate from this presence. What a magnificent truth that is. And so we each gather here today to celebrate that presence, to deepen our embodiment of that presence, to share that deepening with each other, and to affirm our divine identity. And so, today, we hear wonderful songs about God, this presence, this love that is each of us. We hear Reverend Maxine tell our teens and our younger ones the truth of this one. And then Dr. Maxine perfectly shares it with each of us. The music that our audio team, Reverend Mike, everything shared here, the prosperity we share, is God expressing an expression of this one love, this one perfect presence. I am so grateful to know this, and I release this truth, my word, into the law with great gratitude, knowing that the law only ever says yes. I let it be so, and so it is. Now, you want me to do the affirmation?
Oh, yes, please.
And I love this affirmation because it's really part of one that I use in almost all of the treatments that I do. I live, move, and have my being in the divine mind and heart of God, fully expressing its nature in my life. To know that I live in the heart and the mind of God is a miracle, I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cheryl. That was beautiful. Yeah. Right. Okay, great. All right. Now,
we are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, we're amazing, and we've just begun to feel the power and freedom to be who we came here to be, as we discover each other and celebrate humanity. We are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, times are changing. It's a love revolution as we are walking together. Love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone, to a world that works for everyone. as we are walking together. Love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone, to a world that works for
I love Eddie Watkins Jr. He opens my heart. And this is a good place for us to be with open hearts as we begin to enter into our meditation. And so let's take a deep, holy breath of spirit and allow that chi, that beautiful presence, the breath of spirit itself, to move through our bodies, to bless and nurture, to release whatever we are ready to let go of, to bring us into a deeper understanding of our divine connectivity, to help us to remember as it moves through our bodies and our emotions and our minds, that there is only one, and that one is God, and it is fully present at all times, and each of us is a divine emanation of that one precious Spirit. And so in the recollection of our true identity, the I am that I am, we come deeply now into our hearts that are opening wider and wider to open to the inflow and the outpouring of that precious Spirit. And here we invite the divine circulation to continue uninterrupted. And here, as we enter deeply into the center of our hearts, where God abides in fullness, where we reign supremely over our consciousness, let us look out at the world with the eye of love, the eye of wisdom. Let us be willing to see the brokenness of the world, the appearance of divisiveness, chaos, hunger, injustice, and let us see through the eye of the heart, the eye of love, the eye of wisdom, the temporary nature of this ill-begotten expression of the infinite intelligence having been misused. And let us come more deeply now into the awareness that everything that is unlovely and unlike the presence of God is even now dissolving into the nothingness from which it came. For it has no law to support it. It has nothing eternally true about it. And standing in our truth right now, let us perceive a new vision in this new year for ourselves, our loved ones, our communities, and the planet itself, and all of humanity. Let us rise up in consciousness to deny the permanence of anything that is not lovely, that is not life affirming, and allow it to disappear, dissipate. And in its place, let us invite Spirit to be so fully alive within us that each of us now makes each right and perfect choice for a life of love, for an experience of joy, for an embrace of spirit that includes all people and all sentient beings and the world itself. Behold, I make all things new. This is the time of newness. And each of us here and now, let us declare the truth that God is all there is, that harmony and wisdom, peace, love, and truth underlie all of the external events that are passing out of this experience, and that all of these contents are held strongly and lovingly and truly in the context of infinite wisdom and divine love. We choose a world that works for all. And we adhere to this vision here and now. We remain true to our consciousness of infinite possibilities. We are doing a mighty work, and we will not come down. And so with gratitude we accept. With clear vision, we continue to see and perceive the infinite possibilities, because we are the individualized manifestations of the divine. And all is well. All is well, truly, truly, all is well.
God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here, breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love. When life has a question, our heart knows the answer. For every closed door, we hold the key. Open your soul, there is a river flowing forever, abundant and free. God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here, breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love. When fear tries to blind you and dark clouds surround you, love has a voice that calms every storm. Open your arms and love those around you, and here in this moment your healing is born. God is love, moving within you. God is peace, is love moving within you. God is peace living in me. God is here. Breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. Hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. Hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love. Thank you.
Are you ready? One thing we know for sure is that God is all there is. And so it is. Woo! Woo! God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is. In the beginning, God. Jesus said that I and my Father are one. We're made in the image and likeness of the one. Since God is what we are, let God be what we show. Let's see the God in every face. Everywhere we go, God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is. In the beginning, God. God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is. In the beginning, God. Your mind is divine and the garden of your soul. Plant love, faith, and happiness and witness what unfolds. From the beauty of creation reflected in your eyes, you see heaven right here on earth. Heaven right here on earth. You see heaven right here on earth. Heaven right here on earth. You see heaven right here on earth. Heaven right here on earth. You see heaven right here on earth. And you live in paradise. God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is. In the beginning, God. All right, clap your hands right here, y'all, because we're going on the journey. Hey.
Wow, that's a great beginning. Well, here we are, January 7th, the very first Sunday in 2024. And we have new themes, we have new approaches, and it is all new because we're in the process of elevating and creating a brand new consciousness. We don't have it on there, thanks. So, to this month theme is an auspicious new beginning. I love that. It's not just, let's start with a new idea for this month, for this year. It is an auspicious new beginning. And the reason it is auspicious is because God's behind every thought and every word and every intention that we set. So we can count on that. Today we're talking about, actually, this has to do with the first chapter as Cheryl said earlier. It's from the Science of Mind text. I'll do a little Science of Mind thumping today. That is the first chapter, the first introductory chapter in this book is the thing itself. So we're calling it today, All There Is God. God is all there is. And quoting from the Science of Mind, page 27, which is that first introductory chapter. This is the simple meaning of true metaphysical teaching, the study of life and the nature of the law, governed and directed by thought, always conscious that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, through, around, and for us. All of those prepositions are important, and I particularly love for us. Yes, we are individualized expressions of God's life. That's a big concept, isn't it? That's something that we are ready to get our arms of consciousness around. That we are never separate and apart. The old idea that maybe some of us grew up with, I was fortunate enough not to, because I grew up in this wonderful teaching. But the erroneous concept that God's up there somewhere and we're down here, and as Cheryl read this morning from In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth, which is also one of my favorite books, God is not an absent landlord. In, through, as, among, and for us. The universe always says yes, but what is it saying yes to? It is saying yes to our belief, of course. So let's begin with simplicity. Don't you love simplicity? This is not a complicated teaching at all. And it's not one, as we said earlier, that Ernest Holmes made up. It's a universal philosophy, and it's true wherever we are, whomever we are, whatever path we may be following. These are universal principles. So let's start with this. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Can you imagine awakening every morning and saying out loud, there is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And then jumping into your day. When we really get this truth, it empowers us. It clears the cobwebs in our minds. It allows us to use this beautiful infinite intelligence in a very beautiful and a very intelligent way. This is the most important truth that we can embrace, and it's time to embrace it and to allow it to embrace us. So recalling this statement, whenever we feel that life is getting lifey, does your life ever get lifey, Bunky? It does. And when it does, and if it gets complicated, then let's just return to that serenity. Because there is serenity as well as empowerment in remembering that we are individualizing that one magnificent life. There's only one. And you and I are emanations, manifestations, individualizations of that one. So let's always be consciousness. Well, we are consciousness, but let's be conscious that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, around, through, and for us at all times. Okay, God is love, God is wisdom, God is creativity. That divine love abides within us and is the essence of who we are. That divine wisdom abides within us and is always guiding us to the right and perfect solutions and activities. Whenever we listen to it. When we don't, we can get ourselves in all kinds of interesting situations. And fortunately, we tend to learn from them. But why not simplify things? God is creativity. You and I are co-creators with this divine mind. This love brought us into being. Isn't that a magnificent awareness? This divine love brought us into being as individualized expressions of itself. Love is your essence, and what you do with that is how love acts in your world. So this wisdom imbued us with freedom of choice. God did not make little automatons. Wouldn't it have been lovely if this creator had decided, you're all going to be really good and make right decisions all the time and be abundant and happy and peaceful and loving? In the infinite wisdom, you and I and all sentient beings were given choice. That would be much more satisfying, wouldn't it, to the infinite mind and heart of God, for people to develop their own spiritual awarenesses and capabilities? Isn't it lovely, those of you who either have children or have been around children, and in fact you were once a child yourself, to think about watching the development of a child and thrilling to it. We could have little rag dolls and they would never get into trouble and they wouldn't eat much either. But we have real live children. We were, and we are allowing ourselves and all of the people in our lives, whether they're infants or 99 years old, to develop their deeper spiritual capacities, to suddenly or eventually start making the right choices and using this infinite wisdom very wisely, to employing the infinite intelligence intelligently, to take this divine love that we are and that surrounds us and indwells us and wants to express through us and live our lives lovingly. We can do this, you see. How many of us, thank God, are in the process of awakening to this divine presence that's within us, all around us, and wants to express through us. We use the creative intelligence at the level where we happen to be at the time. We all have it. Every choice that we make in our words and our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs and our actions come from that infinite indwelling intelligence. How we use it is up to us, and we are in the process of learning to abide by the infinite presence of peace and power and to utilize this wisdom and this intelligence creatively, constructively, intelligently. See, it's only the lack of awareness, which is ignorance. Ignorance is not stupidity. Ignorance is simply, I haven't learned it yet. Okay? I was ignorant of the English language until I got around enough people here in this world, as I came into this world, to learn how to utilize it. I was ignorant of the Spanish language until I took it in high school. Ignorant is not stupid. It simply means I haven't learned it yet. And so this lack of awareness or the ignorance uses the law. That's what uses the law unintelligently. It's what Don Miguel Ruiz referred to as mitote. There's a lot of mitote in the world. You can't possibly have escaped noticing it. There it is, every day, right in our faces. Turn that TV off sometimes. Ultimately, we learn to use this infinite intelligence and this creative ability that we have. We learn to use it for good and greater good and life-affirming activities. Ernest Holmes says individuality must be spontaneous. It can never be automatic. The seed of freedom must be planted in the innermost being of a man, a woman, a person. But like the prodigal son, he must make the great discovery for himself. Well, it's true that freedom is the birthright of every soul, every individual. Our Constitution of the United States is based on freedom, the pursuit of happiness. We don't have to fly after happiness or try to pursue it or run after it. It indwells us already, but we're in the process of discovering it. The divine Constitution says that we are here to live lovingly, powerfully in love, wisely, intelligently, creatively. That is the divine assignment that we have. And Emerson said, with all this stuff that goes on around us and within us, because we get a little mitote going on within our own consciousness sometimes, right? Yeah, okay. Emerson says, the finite alone has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose, knowing that all is well on the deepest level. We want to get to that place where we absolutely know that all is well on the deepest level. Now, infinite mind, which Ernest Holmes, and not only Ernest Holmes, but many philosophers for centuries prior to that referred to as the thing itself, it's both objective and subjective. Objective is the conscious choosing aspect of infinite mind as it is the conscious choosing aspect of our individual use of that mind. The subjective, the subconscious, is that which accepts and acts upon what was planted into it, like the seed in the garden. And it's the same whether it's the infinite subconscious or whether it's our individual part of that subconscious. We speak our word, the subconscious mind receives it and acts upon it, so long as nothing disturbs it or changes our mind about it. So it's not two minds, it's two aspects of the one mind, the conscious and the subconscious. And we utilize, individualize, and employ each of those. Ernest says, to learn how to think is to learn how to live. For our thoughts go into a medium that is infinite in its ability to do and to be. And both aspects of mind are powerful. I like the analogy of thinking of the conscious mind as the steering wheel on our car, and the subconscious mind is the engine. Now, which one has the most power? They both have power, because the subconscious, or the engine, has all the power to do and to create and to form and to bring into manifestation. It's amazing. But the guy behind the wheel or the gal behind the wheel has great power in setting the intention of where we're going to go. Do you want to go to New York? Or do you want to go to Washington, D.C.? Or do you just want to go to media? You know? We set the intention of where we're going, and thank God for that powerful engine, the subconscious mind, that knows exactly what to do. It's filled with infinite intelligence. And so we love knowing that we're utilizing both the conscious and the subconscious mind at all times. We have a conscious mind that operates within a subjective field, says Ernest Holmes, which is creative. Isn't it wonderful to know you don't have to write poetry or do a dance or sing a song or paint a picture in order to be creative? You're creative. You came in that way. You're part of the creative mind of God. And so every thought, every feeling, every conscious intention can set into motion a new idea. And that's what we're here to do, my dear ones. We must do this. We see what goes on in the world. We cannot become so filled with grief over things that we forget who we are and the power that we have to make a difference and to create a new vision for this world, for ourselves and for the world. We cannot be apathetic. We must be empathetic. We must be courageous. We must utilize these beautiful spiritual tools that we were given to do what we came here to do. The creative field is within and all around us. As Ernest says, everything and everyone is universal on the subjective side of life and individual only at the point of conscious perception. I can perceive myself as Maxine Kaye. I can perceive all of you as the beautiful beings you are with the names that have been given to you or that you chose. And you and I partake of the divine nature of God. We must remember that. We're not doing this on our own. We couldn't. I of myself do nothing. It is the presence and the power within me that doeth the work, thank God. I wouldn't be able to, but I can do anything through the creative presence and power that is within me, realizing that it is that divine life that is doing it through me. It is God's wisdom. It is infinite love. And I'm so grateful that I'm aware of that. And I'm so grateful that you and I are doing what we came here to do. This is the Christ that we've been celebrating as being reborn in us so recently and awakened in us. The Emmanuel, the Atman, the Buddha. It matters not the name that you give it. It is God in you and God in me, for God is all there is. All there is God. Spirit chooses, and the law responds in the infinite and in us. God says, let there be, and there is. That's truth on the tongue. That's how we co-create. We set our intention and we become courageous in speaking it and sticking to it and not allowing ourselves to waver, no matter how lifey life might become. Love and law are the two pillars upon which this teaching is based. Love and law are the two pillars on which universal principles are based. Love and law. The Temple of Solomon had two pillars in front of it, Jachin and Boaz, and they stood as love and law. And you could not enter the temple until you went through these two pillars. Understanding how our universe works. What our important part in it is love and law. You were created out of love. You are a part of that infinite, beautiful, precious, divine embrace. And the law is within all of life on the subjective level. It is within you, and it is within me, and it responds to our belief. So let's up-level it. Let's experience the divine embrace and realize that God is all there is. And let's learn the wonderful use of this beautiful law of mind. Oh, how I love thy law. I love how I can trust it. It is reliable. All I need to do is stick to my truth, speak my intention, stay there, and know and trust that the law brings it about. It's all God. God is all there is. All there is God. Will you say with me, there is one life.
There is one life.
That life is God's life.
That life is God's life.
That life is perfect.
That life is perfect.
That life is my life now.
That life is my life now.
And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you, my major fans. Oh, I love you all so dearly. And now I love the opportunity to share the abundance that is given so freely by God. I love to share it all over the place. And I particularly love to share my portion of the abundance with this beloved center because it is the closest source of my spiritual food for me. And so whatever your intention is, whatever your heart tells you, let's let this divine circulation take place. Let's say together our prosperity affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. one. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Knowing what I'm here for, growing on to distant shores. Oh, how you astound me with your praise. God in everyone, spinning like a prayer field, turning like Ezekiel's wheels, nothing like a kiss seals the spirit I've become. Knowing what I'm here for, rolling on to distant shores, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Oh, I love Gary Lynn Floyd and Jamie Lula. Aren't they wonderful? They come up with the most beautiful songs and they sing them so well. Thank you so much for being with us today. The theme for the entire new year, 2024, is simply this: a whole new world. You like that idea? I rather love that idea. A whole new world. That's what I'd love to have you take with you in consciousness today and let it play out in your life as you create a new vision we co-create that new vision together. So continue reading your signs of mind if you wish to ahead of time. This coming week will be based on the second chapter, which is what it does, and you'll have the great pleasure next Sunday of hearing Reverend Mike tell you all about that one, okay? So let's come on up, Reverend Mike, and the only practitioner here today is Cheryl Macklin. So here we are. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for your consciousness, ever deepening with the consciousness of the divine. Thank you for being who you are and walking and dancing this road of spiritual evolution with us all. God is all there is. All there is God. And we give thanks that we remember this and we live from the principle of the science of mind. We live from truth, we live from love, we live from wisdom, and we love our lives and one another. And so it is.
And so it is.